Hi there, and welcome to the video where you're going to learn how to develop the skill to not respond to your urges. This is the most important tool you will learn in transforming your well-beingness. We are going to use the XDR model to help us understand and implement this skill. We know that our power lies in the T, our ability to control our thoughts, emotions, and actions to create our results. And here we're going to focus on the emotional aspect of the XDR model and learn how to use our emotions instead of our emotions using us. So what is going on here is that when we engage in a behavior that we do not want to be engaged in, it is fueled by a super strong emotion that we call desire or an urge. And so we want to learn how to literally interrupt that process right there and stop ourselves from rewarding our urges. And when we are able to do that, we have literally rewired our brains. And instead of having to resist temptation, the temptation does not even exist. And so the question becomes, how do we do that? And I want to answer it by using an example to illustrate. So let's say that your goal is to lose weight and you've decided that you're going to cut out processed sugars in order to do that. And you've done pretty well overall, but you notice that you keep getting sidetracked after dinner when you have an intense craving for sweets. And many times you end up eating the sweet and you feel like you're really sabotaging your results. This right here affords us a perfect opportunity to retrain our brain. And here's where we actually have three options. The first one we already know, you can eat the sweet. The second one is you can resist the feeling and white knuckle it. And this actually doesn't work in the long term because you have a limited amount of calories or willpower to do that. And then the third option, which is where we want to focus, is to actually allow the urge to be and still do not eat the sweet. So the question becomes, how do we allow an urge without resisting or reacting or giving in? The quick answer to this, the one-line answer, is to be present. And I'm not going to leave you just with to be present. I'm going to give you three ways in which to be present, and they all begin with the letter W. And the first one is to literally act like you are a witness to an event and to watch what is going on with curiosity. Watch what the thoughts are, watch what the emotion is, and look at the scenario and literally just be curious about what's going on. You'll create some separation from your thoughts and your emotion and the anxiety around this when you're able to just pretend like you're a witness to it. The other way to do this is to pretend like you're going to have to write it out and you're going to have to describe it in extreme detail. You're going to have to be able to explain to an alien what an emotion feels like inside of your body. Give details. And again, when you look at it like this, like you're going to have to describe it, you create some separation and some relief and an ability to actually be present with these uncomfortable emotions. And then the third way to do this is literally in opposition to resistance, is to welcome it, to just relax, put down our weapons, and allow this unwelcome visitor into our space. And when you are able to be present by witnessing or writing or welcoming, you are literally changing your brain. And instead of reacting to this urge, you now allow some space so that you can choose and respond to it. Practicing unmet urges is challenging, and it is supposed to be challenging. And so, like anything that is challenging, we have to practice. And one of the ways that you can practice is literally by creating mental scenarios and using your imagination to pretend like you've just finished eating dinner and then you have an urge, and to walk yourself through what you will do to be present in that scenario. And then, of course, you will have ample opportunity to practice in real life. So to help track this process, we have the 100 unmet urges sheet, and you can use the one that I've created, or you can make your own version. The essential piece here is that you are tracking unmet or unanswered urges. So every time you have an urge and you do not answer it, you can go ahead and write it down. If you have an urge and you end up taking action on that urge, then just don't write it down. Just keep tracking the unmet urges, and you will do that until you have hit 100 unmet urges. And I can almost 100% guarantee you that if you are present with your urges for 100 repetitions, you will no longer have to resist a behavior. That behavior will not even belong to you anymore. It will not be a part of who you are. And then you can absolutely say that you have unlearned that urge.